Welcome to Last Day on Earth Survival. In today's video, I'm going to explain everything you need to know about the island region and how to get rich from this island region. The video will be divided into chapters so you can skip to wherever you want. But at the very beginning, I'm going to give you the basics because you got to know the basics. So in order to unlock this place, you got to get the boat, and you get the boat by clearing the sewers inside of the port location. Just follow your survivor's path and you will be able to assemble that boat in no time. It's not very difficult to assemble. Once you get the boat, you'll be able to start clearing this island region, and we got like 3 main locations. We got the Sand Quarry, we got this old mine, and we got this dead island. Each location gets more and more difficult. You have to start off your journey with this Sand Quarry. It's very important. You can go to the Sand Quarry without any new special gear. Later, I'll show how to clear all of these locations, but for the Sand Quarry, you just need to bring basic armor. So just bring like your tactical armor, bring a Glock or 2, bring like a bunch of melee weapons because you can clear that place with melee weapons, bring a couple of shovels in order to mine sand here, kill all of the infected deer, get a bunch of thick hides, and open up all the chests inside of the Sand Quarry because you do get nice loot. Sometimes you can even get steel bars from the Sand Quarry. So loot the Sand Quarry many times. Bring a bunch of thick hides back to the base. Once you get enough thick hides, put them in the tanning rack. You'll be able to get a bunch of thick leather, and with that thick leather, you'll be able to start crafting these anti-spore pistols. And that is very important because going any further without these anti-spore pistols is going to be pointless. You will be wasting a lot of resources, and these anti-spore pistols luckily are quite cheap to craft. All you need is just like a couple of springs and a little bit of thick leather. Everything else is like very cheap. Plus, you'll also unlock this new armor. You'll be able to start crafting this anti-spore armor. As you can see, it's really not that expensive. So once you've cleared enough sand quarries, you'll have to go to the old mine. The old mine requires 10 spore protection, but luckily you don't have to craft this entire anti-spore armor in order to go to the island region because the entire armor gives you 14 spore resistance and you need only 10. So probably the best thing for you to do would be to craft this anti-spore jacket and these anti-spore pants, and boom, you're gonna have 10 spore resistance. So you only gotta craft like 2 anti-spore gear pieces in order to go to the old mine. There are also some different things that you can craft. For example, if you have the gas masks, they give you 3 spore protection. So you can equip the gas mask and you can get the pants and the boots, and that way you'll have 11 spore resistance. But if you're already crafting 2 pieces, it's probably just better for you to craft the anti-spore jacket and the anti-spore pants. You can also use the hazmat helmet because it also gives you 3 protections, so you can get the pants and the boots. Or if you have the CBRN combat helmet, you can equip the CBRN combat helmet and just craft this anti-spore jacket, and boom, you'll have 10 spore resistance. So there are a bunch of different options. You can get gas masks from Bunker Alpha. You can get that hazmat helmet from Bunker Bravo. Do Bunker Bravo during the Bunker Bravo event. Then it's a lot cheaper, and you can also get some of that stuff from the port laboratory. So as you can see, you don't have to spend a bunch of resources in order to craft this entire armor. You just gotta craft like basically 2 pieces and that's it. And then you'll be able to start clearing this old mine. Your goal inside of the old mine is very simple. You gotta get a bunch of these spore samples. You get spore samples by killing the zombies. You can also get the seaweed. Once you're in that island, you can also drill quartz and halite. Once you get a decent amount of seaweed from the old mine, you can drop all of that seaweed inside of this medical table and you'll be able to get a bit of iodine. Then you gotta get this chemistry bench. Inside of the chemistry bench, you'll be able to start crafting these spore blockers. You just gotta drop a gas cylinder here. Luckily, gas cylinders are very easy to get now. You can get a gas cylinder just by opening up a red crate inside of Bunker Alpha, so make sure to keep clearing Bunker Alpha and you'll get a lot of those gas cylinders. Once you have the gas cylinders, you'll be able to drop the iodine and the spore samples in order to get these spore blockers. Or instead of the spore samples, you can drop halite and you'll be able to get sporecide. But with these green spore blockers, you'll be able to craft even better armor. You'll be able to craft this enhanced anti-spore armor, and you will need an entire armor suit in order to fight the boss. But luckily, you don't need the entire armor suit in order to clear the dead island. So basically, to go to the dead island, you only need to have the enhanced anti-spore mask and this enhanced anti-spore jacket, and then you just need these basic anti-spore pants and the anti-spore boots, and boom, you're gonna have 18 spore resistance. Or if you have these CBRN combat helmets, you don't even need to craft this enhanced anti-spore mask. You can just get this CBRN helmet and you'll also have 18 protection. And the reason why you're crafting the enhanced jacket and the enhanced spore mask is because it does not require any titanium. So all you need to craft the enhanced armor here is just a bit of those spore blockers that you already know how to craft, a bit of leather, some rubber that you can get from the sewers. So it's not that expensive to craft this armor at all. But the pants and the boots do require a bit of titanium. titanium, and you'll be able to start farming that titanium from the dead island. But luckily, you don't need titanium in order to farm the dead island. So as you can see, the dead island is also not that expensive to clear. All you need is just a couple of these anti-spore pistols, and you don't even need to have this entire enhanced anti-spore armor, just 2 pieces, and that's enough. So the goal inside of the dead island is for you to farm a bunch of titanium. That's kind of the main thing. While you're farming titanium, you'll also be able to farm a bit of halite. Always get the halite. But once you have enough titanium, once you complete all of your daily tasks, here it says how many daily tasks you gotta complete. Every day you can complete 3 tasks. And at least right now, at the moment of recording this video, you gotta do 15 daily tasks. And once you complete all of them, you'll be able to fight the Concilium boss. The Concilium boss requires you to have 23 spore protection. So for that, you will have to have the entire armor suit. And for the boss fight, you will have to have something better instead of these anti-spore pistols. I would definitely advise to craft this anti-spore rifle. It's very important. It's not that difficult to craft, especially if you have these spore sides. You can get those spore sides inside of the chemistry bench by combining halite and iodine. And if you want to get fancy, you can even craft these anti-spore sniper rifles, but that stuff requires titanium alloy. And you can get that titanium alloy inside of the refined melting furnace by adding a bit of processed quartz, titanium, iron, and aluminum, and that's how you get that titanium alloy. Some people don't know how to get processed quartz, and you can get that processed quartz inside of the stone bench. Just add your quartz inside of the stone cutter stable, and you'll be able to get this processed quartz. I'd also like to point out that you can use these spore blockers in order to get 3 extra spore resistance. There we go. I can use 1 spore blocker. You can get 3 extra spore resistance, and that stuff usually lasts for like 35 something seconds. So you can even use less gear, but I believe that using these spore blockers is kind of weird. But hey, those spore blockers are definitely an option if you want to use those spore blockers. So now we're going to go to the Sand Quarry. Once you have the boat, you'll be able to go there from the port location to the Sand Quarry. And right now, we only need 1 spore protection in order to clear the Sand Quarry. But sometimes when you got daily tasks, and those daily tasks appear in the Sand Quarry, you might need to have 10 protection. So just be ready. If there's a daily task, this location will be a bit more difficult. But once you're done doing the daily tasks, this will be your normal Sand Quarry. And as you can see inside of the Sand Quarry, it's very simple. You don't have any like insane zombies here. If I'm not mistaken, each Sand Quarry has like 4 or 5 chests. So there we go. We're going to deal with these spore spitters. The spore spitters don't really drop anything crazy besides like rope and pieces of cloth. I'm not going to show everything here because this location is actually like that basic. There's nothing going on here. That's why you got to farm this place. This place will actually make you rich. Make sure to get that sand in order to get glass. You should also be able to get glass from the sewers. You can actually shovel glass here, and then you can smelt that stuff inside of your furnace. And make sure to loot these storages because as you can see, there we go. You can get rubber. You can get thick fabrics. You can get iodine, so that stuff is kind of decent. You will need that stuff in order to go to the old mine. So that was our first chest inside of the location, and let's run around and let's find another chest. Also, you got to find all the deer. Your goal is to kill here as many deer as possible because these deer will give you the thick hides, and those thick hides are very important because with all of that thick hide, you'll be basically crafting your pistols. Okay, there we go. We got another chest, so let's loot this chest over here. Now, I already see 1 deer on the map. Inside of this chest, we did get some thick hide as well, plus a bit of meat. We're going to quickly deal here with a floater bloater. And there we go. There's this deer. You can even get like a saw blade mace to attack this deer, and then you can finish it off with like your melee weapon or a Glock or whatever. And as you can see, the spore deer drops us the thick hide here. So we've looted now 2 chests. There's still gotta be a couple of extra chests. There we go. We got another spore deer. And there we go. In the top left corner, we have gotten this 3rd chest. Let's loot the 3rd chest. We just got a bit of aluminum. Sometimes you can even get a steel bar. I have gotten a steel bar once inside of this place. You can even get some titanium ore. So looting these chests is very, very important. These chests are way better than in other zones. And there we go. There's the 4th chest, basically almost at the bottom left. Inside of this chest, look at this. We have gotten a bit of titanium. We also got like a bit of copper ore, some aluminum ore. And there's definitely got to be 1 more chest. That was the 4th chest. I'm quite certain there's got to be a 5th chest. I think most of the time you get 5 chests. There we go. There's the 5th chest. Let's open up the 5th chest. So let's get it. It's somewhere like in the middle at the bottom-ish. And there we go. We've gotten some spore sites. We've gotten even some spore samples, more iodine, some seaweed, and a bunch of other stuff. So as you can see, you can definitely get lots of good resources just from this basic Sand Quarry. And as you can see, the Sand Quarry is very, very simple to loot. It's easier than even your, like, probably red locations. like inside of your like red stone zone, or like even probably yellow wood zone. Like this place is very, very simple. You don't need anything crazy for this place. Try to run around, get all of the deer here. So I've basically cleared this entire place once. I barely used anything here, and we've gotten some decent resources like a bit of thick leather. We've gotten a stack of thick hides. We've even gotten a little bit of iodine. I also got a bit of titanium ore. So just rinse and repeat and keep farming this sand quarry. When you won't be able to farm these old mine and other places, then just go to this island watchtower and go back to the sand quarry, because then the sand quarry is going to reset. And just rinse and repeat and keep farming that sand quarry as many times as possible. You will get a lot of resources that way. So before we start farming the old mines and the other stuff, let's also do the daily tasks, because I'm pretty sure some of you are curious about these daily tasks. So let's begin the daily task inside of this island watchtower. We got to kill the lighthouse keeper. All of those daily tasks are kind of different, so your daily tasks will be different from mine. And every day you get different daily tasks. So someday you will have to kill this lighthouse keeper. Actually, in order to even unlock this entire place, you will have to fight the lighthouse keeper. Well, in any case, to clear this place, you have to have like 10 spore protection, and we have 11 spore protection because I got this gas mask and the pants and the boots. So let's get that. And now we have to restart the generator. We're gonna fight that lighthouse keeper around here-ish. So the dude is going to jump on us probably any moment. Okay, where's the guy? Alrighty, and there we go. So the lighthouse keeper needs this pistol. So there we go. Let's just get this, and let's try to avoid all of that stuff. And let's try to keep shooting the lighthouse keeper, and that's about it. That'll be the task. Try not to step on anything. Okay, let's avoid all of those attacks. Sadly, we do only 20 damage when we fight the lighthouse keeper. And bro is gonna shred a bit of armor here. Okay, so let's do a couple of attacks. Okay, so the dude's gonna do another one of those big attack things. We're gonna keep shooting the guy with the anti-spore pistol. Okay, bro is gonna go this way probably. Okay, that's better. Let's heal up. Let's not stay on these spores because the spore thing will go up. So there you go. The lighthouse keeper is at 600 health. So the lighthouse keeper is actually pretty tough just because it does shred a little bit of your armor. Guess I'm gonna let him go and attack somewhere in the corner just so that he doesn't destroy this entire arena. Okay, there we go. Go attack there. And bro is only at like 120 health. Oh no, my pistol broke, so we can go and get another anti-spore pistol. Luckily, these anti-spore pistols are quite cheap. But it's kind of sad to use up an entire anti-spore pistol on just one daily task. That's why the island region is quite tough, because you gotta use up a lot of resources. The daily tasks are quite tough. You still get only like 10 genome per one daily task, plus the loot from the lighthouse keeper is not that good. But hey, at least you didn't have to waste your entire armor. We just wasted a little bit of that armor. Now with that task out of the way, let's go to the old mine. Usually be careful. Sometimes there is a spitter attacking you like out of nowhere. Look at this. There we go. There's the spitter attacking you. Just stay far away from them. Start shooting them with a pistol. You can even use melee weapons to attack them. But there we go. Just stay far away from them. You can avoid all those spits. So it is quite easy to deal with these spore spitters when nobody's around you. Just be careful, expect them, and everything should be all right. So let's just focus on the tasks here right now. I'm not going to do anything else but setting up the spore sensors. So we're going to go now up here. There are a couple of zombies here. There's a spore runner. We're going to kill that spore runner with the pistols. You could probably use some melee weapons, but remember, every time you use melee weapons, your armor will be getting damaged, and it is easier to craft pistols than new armor. So there's that. There we go. We have one more spore spitter. The spore spitter is dead. And plus, we get to loot a couple of chests here. Some people say the loot inside of these chests is all right. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Plus, if you have any other tips and tricks on how to clear this place, let us know in the comments down below. And if you guys see any good tips and tricks inside of the comments, please like those comments so that they go to the top. But yeah, sometimes you can get good loot inside of these chests, but I don't know, it's 50-50. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, let's hide from that spore miasma because the area just gets too dark here. So I'm most likely going to kill this spore miasma, just because it's kind of annoying. Look at this. There's another spore spitter coming after us. So for this spore spitter, I can even get like a melee weapon. For example, we got a saw blade mace. We can attack this guy with one saw blade mace. We go back away. And we have this engine saw blade mace. We can attack it just like that. Bro's gonna spit on us again. We have this machete and we can attack this guy like probably like 3 times. There we go. We're gonna go away. Actually, the guy's gonna attack us now. There we go. Bro is gonna spit once again. We dodge this, and the spore spitter is kind of dead. So you can definitely use melee weapons in these spore spitters, but probably just use that pistol. Saves up a lot of time, saves up a lot of headache. And I'm gonna finish killing this spore miasma. There we go. That spore miasma is dead. So when you go to this place, I would still highly advise you to bring like a couple of these inhalers just in case if you get red. You definitely need those inhalers. So bring a couple of those. I did forget to mention that at the very beginning, but hey, now you know that. Let's also get a subblade mace and let's attack this spore bloater because it's kind of on the way. It's turned away from us. Might as well just kill it. Let's get back the pistol. And there, the spore bloater is basically dead. Luckily, in a lot of these zones, you can use a lot of your pistols. So that way you get to save a lot of your armor. Okay, there we go. These guys are going to explode. Plus, my gas mask is about to break. But luckily, I did bring another hazmat helmet. So there's that. So finally, gas masks are gonna have a use. So let's go all the way to the top. Let's loot this chest over here. Okay, so inside of this chest, we did get a bit of iodine, some rubber, and some thick leather with a bit of springs. And in order to locate these sensors a bit easier, or any daily task that you do, just click on the daily task here, and it's gonna show you where to go. So we gotta go left. Okay, so we're gonna go left then. There we go. We have another spitter attacking us. So I'm gonna stay here. Just stay around this spot. Bro is gonna spit once again. Just don't get too close. And there we go. The guy is dead. We grab this. All right, so it says that there's one more sensor somewhere inside. So most likely it's inside of the cave. So there we go. Let's get inside of the cave. And now we have another sensor that way. Okay, so let's try to sneak attack this zombie over here. So it's kind of nice to bring your saw blade maces. There we go. I'll get back this. And it looks like we have another spitter attacking us. So that's going to be quite fun. There we go. Let's try to stay here. Because the bro is going to spit and this guy is going to explode. Plus, whenever the guy explodes, he does spawn some parasites. So I want to deal with these parasites. And there we go. Let's avoid that. I do have a lot of spore protection. Oh, my spore started going up because I lost the helmet thing. The gas mask. There we go. We just switched it. And let's deal with this spore spitter. There we go. When you kill these enemies, make sure to pick up these spore samples because that way you'll be able to get more spore blockers. There we go. We have one chest here as well. We can loot the chest. And it looks like another spore spitter, whatever's going to attack us. We got a bunch of trash. But I saw on the minimap that someone's going to attack us here. So let's be ready for it. There we go. Bro is going to spit. I'm going to dodge this. We're going to do a couple of shots. Well, totally did not dodge that. But hey, there we go. Let's go here. And the spore spitter is dead. So if you take this place slowly, if you don't rush, you can definitely do your daily tasks. Also, it looks like daily tasks inside of the old mine don't really change the old mine that much. So if you do your daily tasks inside of the old mine, you might as well farm that halite because it's kind of useful. And if you need quartz, you might as well farm quartz. I do have a lot of quartz at the base, so I'm not going to use my drill on the quartz. All right, and it looks like another spore spitter just attacked us. So let's get this. And let's attack the spore spitter. Should have had my machete ready. But hey, whatever. There we go. The guy's going to attack us again. And there we go. The spore spitter is dead. So there's got to be a sensor this way somewhere. We got a spore runner. We're going to sneak attack that spore runner. And we got a couple of zombies this way. I'm going to try to avoid them. You really don't have to kill all of them. They're just protecting that one halite. And there's another spitter, of course. There's a lot of these spore spitters. And there we go. The spore spitter is dead. And there we go. This is the second sensor. And there's one more sensor that way. So let's get out of there. But hey, in this island, be very careful. Because somebody will spit. Usually I try to avoid these spore miasmas. But probably here I'm going to kill it. Because it feels kind of weird. They don't really have that much health. They're pretty easy to kill. There we go. The spore miasma is dead. Every time it dies... It does kind of expand. As you can see, the map kind of gets darker. The ground gets darker, so be careful with that. And there will be a couple of zombies to kill. So let's aggro one spore bloater. And that's why I don't really like using pistols. Also, I probably haven't even explained why I don't like using other pistols here. Because other pistols do a lot less damage. You can definitely use Glocks here, but it's way cheaper to just use these anti-spore pistols. Because your Glocks won't really do a lot of damage. Okay, so we got the spore wolf. Let me show you what would happen if I had a Glock here instead of the anti-spore pistol. All right, there we go. We're going to sneak attack now this spore wolf. And the Glock is going to do only like 9 or something damage. It's all right, but definitely anti-spore pistols are a bit cheaper. And inside of this chest, we got some bandages. Okay, so there's got to be another sensor this way. So maybe I didn't have to destroy that spore miasma. It depends. Sometimes there will be a spitter attacking you. Okay, so let's run through here. Okay, and I'm going to start sneaking just to avoid this wolf. And there we go. We can set up this sensor. While you're inside of the old mine, make sure to pick up all of the seaweed. It's very important for you to craft iodine. And inside of this chest, we've got a bunch of goodies as well. Let's grab all of them. So that was the old mine. Now let's go to the dead island. The dead island will require 18 protection. So I can just get that 18 protection by equipping the sea bear and combat helmet and this enhanced anti-spore jacket. And boom, we already have 18 spore protection. These pants and these boots serve us quite well. And luckily, those pants and boots are not that expensive to craft. Plus, the enhanced jacket that we have here isn't that expensive to craft. Also, be kinda careful inside of this zone because you never know who's going to spit. Sometimes as soon as you spawn, there will be a spitter attacking you. Okay, I'll try to open up this chest. And always look at the minimap because you never know who's gonna attack you, where they're gonna attack you from. Okay, nobody's attacking us. Let's grab this. And the goal is to destroy the cocoon, so let's go that way, wherever it tells us to go. Look at this! Look at this! On the minimap, somebody just attacked us for, like, absolutely no reason. Also, be very careful because they do spit. And if you start running around too much, you will start aggroing other zombies, so you gotta be careful in this zone. Like, always look at that minimap. Look where you step. There's the spore miasma, and there are also some parasites coming after us. The cool thing about these parasites is that there's only a limited amount of these parasites that can spawn. Look at this. There's another parasite. So I'm not even going to destroy them here right now. Look at this. There's the third parasite. I'm going to go this way. There we go. So far, we're good. We're pretty good. These parasites are going to be pretty slow. I'm gonna go up. I do not need to fight these guys. And the blob is gonna be this way. Okay, we gotta heal up. We gotta heal up. Okay, so here will be probably another spitter. Always expect a spitter. There will be a spitter. Okay, at least here. Okay, there we go. We'll have more parasites. And there is a spitter. Actually, we got 2 spitters right now. So be careful with these both spitters. Look at the map. Look what's going on. No, no, no. There go. The spitter is dead. We're gonna deal now with another spitter. It should be quite easy once the spitters are dead because now it's kind of a mess. There are way too many things happening at once. But that is alright. Don't want to fight these parasites. Bruh. Okay, I'm gonna go here-ish a little bit. And I'm gonna go back. There go. Just so that I aggro on this spore spitter. There go. The spore spitter is gonna attack us again. Don't worry about these parasites. I'm gonna explode all of these parasites. Doesn't really matter. Okay, and this guy is also going to explode. As you can see, there is a lot of running. That's why I also kind of like this island region because there is like a little bit of thinking here. You just don't run around aimlessly. You just don't blast your guns. But hey, now let's spawn a lot of these parasites because look at this. We're going to spawn these guys. There's only a limited amount of parasites that can spawn. And once they spawn, the guy will stop spawning them. Can we get more parasites? There we go. That's it. We're out of parasites. Now we can go to the top and we can start destroying this cocoon. We can use our pistol here. I actually haven't used other weapons. I want to see if I can use melee weapons on this cocoon. Let's try to get a melee weapon. So far we haven't even used like basically any armor in this zone. That is quite nice. I want to go this way and I want to try to use my melee weapon on the cocoon. Yeah, you can even kill that cocoon with a melee weapon. Okay, we have another parasite that came from like somewhere. Guess I'm gonna lure them to this corner because as soon as these parasites explode, they will start spawning more parasites, and that's not kind of cool. And we kind of want to be cheap here, so let's go and let's destroy the cocoon with the melee weapon. All right, I'm gonna lure these parasites this way. There we go. Let's go back up once again and let's keep destroying this cocoon. As you can see, you don't even have to use your pistols. I would probably use my pistol here just to save up some time. There we go. Let's destroy this cocoon once again. There go. These parasites are coming after us. I'm gonna go to the top right now and let's try to explode that cocoon. Will we have enough time? I'm gonna pull out my pistol just so that I can destroy this cocoon. There we go. Now we have some of those parasites. I am pretty sure there's another cocoon that keeps spawning those parasites. So if these parasites explode, the other cocoon will spawn even more parasites. And while we're at it, you definitely gotta mine titanium because it's kind of alright. You might use that titanium to repair some of the weapons if you have the repair bench from this northern region. So while you're at it, you might as well just farm all of this titanium. As you can see, these parasites are just gonna follow us, but they ain't gonna do nothing. Also, I'm gonna farm the halite inside of the dead island. So there's only one more titanium left here. Let's grab it. The dead island is quite decent because you don't only get titanium here, you also get halite. So now we are inside of the old mine. We don't have to do any more tasks. We are done with our tasks. So let's try to clear the old mine. This is how I would clear the old mine. As soon as you spawn here, there will be this spore spitter attacking you. So be ready. Kill the spore spitter. I like to use my pistol to kill the first spore spitter because there's another zombie up there. So you don't want to aggro like these zombies. You don't know what's going to happen. It's a lot simpler to just use that pistol. And now we can sneak attack this spore runner. Oh no, I thought I had my subblade mace. Well, in any case, the spore runner is dead. And there is a chest this way. So let's go to the left. Usually on the left side, you'll have a bunch of seaweed. And I'm quite certain most of the time you have a spore wolf protecting this place. Because I think this is my like second or third spore wolf that I see. So I think there's always a spore wolf here. Maybe not. But I just sneak attack that guy. Boom. Let's get the thick leather. And let's get all of the seaweed. So the old mine is very useful. It has a lot of seaweed. Farming seaweed is quite easy. If you take things slowly, if you just enter the zone, you don't know that there's that spore spitter attacking you, you can definitely start panicking. You can start blasting. You can get a lot of spore infections. Your character is gonna like go red. He'll start coughing. He'll start getting stunned. And everything is going to go south. But if you come here prepared, it's very easy to get rich from this island. As you can see, I've basically done nothing. I'm still using the same pants. I'm still using like the same hazmat helmet. It's very simple. And all I had to do is just craft like a couple of these anti-spore pistols that are very cheap to craft. Plus, look at this. We're getting these spore sides to craft even better gear. I'm not even talking about like using even stronger gear here, stronger pistols, because you're going to use that stuff for the boss. But hey, we've looted that side. So now let's go to the top. There is a spore runner. We are going to sneak attack that spore runner. We will kill it with this pistol. So I do want to destroy this spore miasma. Maybe you don't have to destroy this, but I like to pop this spore miasma. There we go. It's gone. Plus, let's get another pistol. And let's sneak to the top. You can definitely avoid that other spore miasma here. But I will be fighting the spore bloaters, so I kind of want to run back. I want to run down, so it's easier if I kill that spore miasma, and then I can like run freely here, and I don't have to think about getting damage from that spore miasma. There go, the thing's gonna explode. Let's pop the 2 parasites. As you can see, it's very simple. We're not getting a lot of damage. We're not even using lots of healing items. Everything is the same. The only thing that we're using are these spore pistols that we have already established, are very easy to craft, very cheap. Sadly, these spore pistols don't do a lot of damage against other zombies. If you could do 40 damage against other zombies, they would probably be the best weapon in the game. Because if you could do 40 damage to frenzy giants, it would be kind of broken. I would absolutely love that. Okay, so we're going to go to the cave very soon. I'm just going to wait until this guy starts spitting. Okay, there we go. Bro is going to spit. And I'm going to get my subblade mace. And I will kill this guy. Thank you. So let's get inside of the cave. Let's farm a bit of halite. Before we do so, let's get the spore floater bloater. The spore floater bloater explodes when the health goes below 50. Can it explode right now? There we go. It's going to start exploding. And the parasites. And of course, we have one more spore spitter. There we go. We just attacked this guy a bit. We're going to get now a machete. I'm going to stay here just so that the guy spits one more time. And I will attack this dude with a machete. There goes. Spit again, please. 2, 3. And there we go. The dude is dead. So when it's kind of calmer, you can even use melee weapons when you know that there's nobody else around you. Let's get the chest. We just got like 2 bandages. To be fair, if you keep getting these bandages, you might even farm like some healing items. You might even profit with healing items here. The entire point of the island region, though, is not for you to profit with like guns or with like anything else here. The entire point is to get enough resources so that you can start killing the Concilium boss, because you got to kill the Concilium boss 3 times in order to start unlocking these storages for equipment. And I think these storages for equipment are quite nice. You can also get this refined melting furnace blueprint. You'll be able to store many more items there. You can get some other nice blueprints as this like workbench blueprint, the sewing table blueprint, the stonecutter's table if you even need that, or maybe even the medical table. So there are some things that you can get here. And the island region is definitely not that expensive. At first, when the island region came out, I thought it's like very expensive, but if you don't rush everything here, this is becoming actually one of my favorite locations in the game. It's really fun to clear. It's one of the first locations where you kind of have to think, because if you don't think, you're going to waste a lot of resources. It's nice to be cheap here. In a lot of other locations, it's a lot just cheaper to blast a Glock and be done with it, but this is not the place. All right, so we're at the bottom here. Let's loot the chest. What do we get? A bit of titanium. I'm going to grab the titanium. And we did get a bit more halite. So here we got now 2 zombies protecting 1 more halite. And I would advise you to probably kill this spore wolf, because that way you'll be able to get some leather, and you need that leather to craft more pistols. And there we go. Let's get the wolfo, and we're gonna get like 4 leather that way. Sadly, there's no way I'll be able to farm this halite without killing the zombie. Hey, I can farm it. Hey, yo, I can farm this halite without killing the big guy. There we go. We can sneak and we can leave this cave. So I did not farm any quartz here because I don't need this, but if you need to farm quartz, you can farm quartz. It's very simple. Just like use your drill. You really don't need my input. You really don't need my tips on how to farm quartz. There we go. Let's get that infected wolf real quick, because we are going to get a bit of leather. So it's kind of nice when you fight these infected wolves. They are pretty good. Let's go through this spore miasma. Oh no, I don't like this. There we go. That's why I like to sometimes destroy these spore miasmas, because there will be a bunch of zombies attacking you and I couldn't sneak that way. Okay, so I'm gonna run back inside of the cave because I know that this place is clear right now. That way I'll be able to kill this spore spitter pretty fast before I start fighting another zombie. There we go. That thing is dead. And now let's just deal with the spore floater bloater. As long as you got these pistols here, as long as you don't panic, everything's simple. Okay, so now I can definitely run past this spore miasma. I'm not destroying it right now. There we go. We probably have another wolf here. No, that's just a spore runner. Let's get that spore runner. And let's loot the chest. I haven't seen a single pistol inside of these chests. It says that it's possible to find a pistol here, but I haven't found a single pistol yet, or any other gun. It also says that it's possible to get sniper rifles, like anti-spore sniper rifles inside of the zone. I'm yet to find one. I've looted a decent amount of chests here, but I haven't found a single one yet. So maybe we're just getting scammed. Maybe it's impossible to get that. But some of you said that it is possible, that you got it. Okay, we got another spitter. Okay, we're gonna go here. I'll just wait until spitter comes a little bit closer to me. There we go. The spitter is over here. Good night, spitter. Hey, yo! How did I get red? Like, I think my toe... I think I stepped on that spore stuff with my toe. Also, as soon as you get red, definitely use your inhaler, because when you're red, your armor starts breaking. And that's not cool. Okay, I'll wait until this thing just disappears, and then we're gonna sneak past this stuff. There we go. Let's go this way. Let's go, 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 let's go. I want to sneak attack the wolfo. There we go, and I'll be able to use this stuff. And my pants and my boots started breaking, but hey, I've already looted like this place a couple of times, plus my pants and my boots were not at full durability. And there we go, we're gonna get a bunch of seaweed once again. And here, make sure to grab all of this seaweed. Don't leave anything. And just like that, we've cleared this entire old mine. And to be honest, it's probably even more calm than some other places in the game. Maybe because it's a new location, that's why I like this place more than anything else so far, but I do enjoy this location. I wish the loot was better, though. I still think the loot could be better. And now let's clear the dead island. So I just spawned here, I went back to the base. I had to get a couple of pistols because I did not have enough pistols to clear this dead island. And if you run out of these anti-spore pistols, there is nothing for you to do. So as soon as you enter the dead island, be careful. There will be that probably spitter somewhere. There we go. Look at this. The spitter has already spawned. So I'm trying to stay here to one side. Be ready where they're gonna spit. So try to anticipate their spits. There we go. Bro is dead. And we got a bunch of these parasites. These parasites will be very annoying, and I quite hate them. I want to kill these spore runners. So try to clear out at least the beginning of this area, because there will be some fights. You need to clear that stuff out. I've cleared a couple of dead islands, and I found that it's better to kill everything at the very beginning. There we go. Let's get that subblade mace. That way, if you have any other fights, if you have like some sort of infected bears, because I think zombies here spawn differently. There might be like infected bears patrolling this area. And if they do patrol here, and if there are zombies left, it'll be very difficult for you to kill them. Also, try to probably kill these spore miasmas. I believe that might be quite important. It's easy to get overwhelmed in this place. You got to take things slowly. There we go. That spore miasma is dead. There are these parasites. I try not to explode these parasites whenever I can. Okay, so let's try to go this way. So sometimes maps spawn a bit different. Okay, so we can go to the top or to the left. Look at this. There's another spore spitter. So I try to kind of probe. I try to run around a bit, not too deep. I want to see if anyone else is going to attack us. And there we go. The spore spitter did attack us. The spore spitter is dead. Let's grab whatever the spore spitter had to drop there, and let's go probably to the left. Kind of want to go to the left side. Let's see what we got here. We got the spore runner. Might as well just kill the spore runner real quick. Just like 100 and something health. Not that big of a deal. Okay, let's go to the top and let's see if we got anybody. There's a big zombie here. And there's a chest like... Oh, that's not a big zombie. That's just a silly spore wolf. And I do kind of like that. We'll be able to get a bit of leather. And with that leather, we'll be able to craft some more pistols. Let's grab this. There we go. We got the leather. And I want to go back up to open up that chest. So I'm going to lure these parasites all the way to the bottom. So as you can see, the dead island is very slow. You got to be methodical. You got to have a strategy when you clear this place. You gotta be slow and approach things with caution. But it is definitely doable. You can definitely clear this place. Sometimes you can go to the top through the left side, but this time I cannot go through the top. And we got a cleaver, which is kind of sad. Like, bro, give me something better. We definitely deserved a pistol. Like, not just a cleaver. That's insane. We just basically got nothing. Okay, so this thing just popped. And I don't think we got anything else that way. Yeah, everything is kind of closed, so there's nothing to do. Okay, so we got these parasites. We've looted the left side. Nothing left on the left side. Let's go probably up right now. I am also going to go and pop this spore miasma. You might not need to destroy this, but you never know what's beyond there, so I like to kill these spore miasmas. You can maybe bring different guns that can outreach this spore miasma, but hey, I don't mind just using these pistols. There we go. I'm going to once again lure these parasites all the way to the bottom just so they do not annoy me that much. Luckily, we don't use almost anything besides these pistols and your time. And that's why I kind of like this place. Because it is fun to loot. I just really hope they will buff the loot. They'll make it a bit more useful. And there's a spore bear. We have to kill it for the leather. And it'll be easier for you to loot this dead island. Okay. I'm about to get a bunch of infection. I'm about to get red. No, don't get red. Okay, we're good. And I have another spore spitter. Always look at the map. The spore spitter just came out of nowhere. Be very careful with these spore spitter. If you just rush, you'll have like 3 or something spore spitter. We got like 2 spore spitters now attacking me at the same time. We could probably kill them. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Okay, we're gonna pop them from here. Okay, there we go. One of them is dead. I'm gonna lure these spore spitters then this way. Or you could just leave this map and re-enter. Always, you can always re-enter this place. Don't be afraid to re-enter this. Okay. The spore spitter is dead and my anti-spore pistol is destroyed. That is alright. So far we haven't even gotten anything. I haven't even gotten... Whoops. Accidentally spawned this. Gonna get closer to the... Okay, we didn't get any new parasites. Interesting. Some of these maps will be easier. Some of these maps inside of the dead island will be more difficult than others. But in my opinion, you gotta take things slowly. I've looted a couple of dead islands and... you gotta clear out the path to get to the dead island. Okay, I think we can even open this up. Somebody's going after us. I'm not sure if those are parasites. That must be a parasite. Yeah, that's just a parasite. We don't care about that parasite. So as soon as I enter the cave, there will be the spitter, of course. Okay. So I just try to stay here at the very entrance of the cave. I don't want to go anywhere else. Plus, you can kill that spitter with like in one go. We can start mining the titanium. Wait, go away from that parasite. I'm probably gonna lure... Okay, this thing doesn't even spawn any more parasites. Apparently, we already have reached the limit of these parasites. There we go. These parasites are coming after us right now. Sweet. So, with all of these parasites, you can either A, destroy this cocoon with your melee weapon, but I would probably advise you not to do that. We're gonna lure these parasites here to the corner, and we're gonna go to the top, and we'll just, like, keep mining this place little by little. We're gonna go here. We'll start mining this titanium ore, and then once parasites get to the top, we're gonna go to the bottom. Sometimes you can get lucky and you can just sneak all the way to this cave without like fighting any spore bears or anything else, but sometimes it's just better to clear this place out and then you can run around here safely. Okay, we're gonna go this way to get some more halite. Okay, parasites are after me. I'm gonna go this way. These parasites are so stupid. I kind of like them, but hey, if we just had a bit better loot, then I think this would be like the best location in the game. Currently, the loot just stops this place. The loot isn't like absolutely horrible, but it definitely could be a lot better. Okay, there we go. Let's drill a little bit of titanium. I don't think I'll have enough time to drill it. Maybe I will. There we go. I had enough time to drill the titanium, and there we go. We can dip out of this first cave. We can go now to another cave. I don't think there will be a cave on the left. Maybe there will be a cave on the left. I doubt it. We just came from the left side. I don't think there's anything on the left. Oh, there is a cave on the left. Look at that. There is a cave on the left. That's sweet. So once again, probably there will be a spitter as soon as I enter the cave. So I'm just going to pop my head in. And there we go. There was a spitter. You got to expect those spitters. There we go. Bro is going to spit. And I should be able to kill that spitter in one go. There we go. And there we go. Just like that, the spitter is dead. We can loot the chest. So when you know what's going on, everything is doable. There we go. Let's take this and let's start mining the titanium. Actually, before we mine the titanium, there's one more chest up there. Maybe I'll get something nice this time to show you that, hey guys, it's possible to get an anti-spore sniper rifle. But something tells me that that's not what we're gonna get. Okay, let's get that halite. And I'm gonna run through here right now. And let's go to the bottom to get some more titanium. Okay, luckily I did bring more drills because you gotta bring a couple of drills here. Don't go to the dead island without enough drills. Okay, we can drill now this thing. So that's the second cave. I'm not really sure how many caves we got. 2 or 3 caves. The dead island. There we go. Let's get that. The most tricky part about the dead island is the beginning of the dead island. Once you're inside of the dead island, once you're mining these things, everything seems kind of peaceful. But sometimes there will be a couple of patrolling zombie bears. Like this time, I'd say we got like a medium difficulty dead island. Sometimes there are more difficult dead islands. Sometimes there will be like 2 zombie bears patrolling at the very entrance of your dead island. Then you'll have to kill those 2 bears as well. Okay, so let's try to go this way. And I think, speaking of patrolling bears, there is a bear. There we go. Let's get that spore bear just for the leather. That way I won't have to farm the other place. Whenever you fight those zombie bears, though, I would probably say it's better to get these inhalers. And I didn't get them. There we go. Let's get the inhalers because your thing might go up. And I'd like to be safe than sorry. There we go. Let's grab all of that. On the other hand, if you have 2 patrolling zombie bears at the very entrance of the dead island, maybe that's good because you'll be able to get some leather and you won't have to farm the Sand Quarry. But hey, farming the Sand Quarry is definitely easier than this island. And okay, will I be able to kill whatever that is, the spore bloater? Because I want to loot that chest. I want to loot the chest. Okay, bro just exploded. The parasites are going to pop as well. And we're going to open up this chest. There we go. While the parasites are coming after us while they're this slow, we got a bit of leather. Again, not that much. Still not a single pistol. I'm confused. Where are my pistols? Yeah, there we go. We have looted the entire dead island. The entirety of this dead island. We've looted all the chests. We've looted everything there is to loot. We've mined all of the titanium, and there's still plenty of zombies for us to kill, and we didn't even use like that many pistols. And we did get this titanium here. Almost 2 stacks. Sadly, not 2 full stacks. We got 24 thick hides, plus we got like 2 thick leathers, and we got like almost 2 stacks of titanium ore. Sadly, we didn't get anything else in return. But hey, this was the dead island. Now, when you think about it, it's not that big of a place. It's not that difficult. But at first, when you spawn here, there's a zombie there, there's a zombie there, an infected wolf. So you might need to kill a couple of spore miasmas here and there just to make your life a bit easier. You definitely don't have to kill every zombie here, so be prepped. Get enough of these manual earth drills, get enough anti-spore pistols, your armor, and that's about it. As you can see, I haven't even used a lot of my armor here. The dead island definitely takes some time to clear, but it's kind of useful if you want to get titanium. So as you can see, the island region is not that difficult. You can definitely get rich from the island region. All you have to do is just approach this place strategically. Don't rush. Go slowly there. Craft enough of these anti-spore pistols because they're very cheap. And once you know what to expect, you can definitely get lots of resources from these old mines, dead islands, and especially from the Sand Quarry. Sand Quarry is very simple, very easy. But hey, all of that stuff aside, hopefully this video helped you with the island region. And if you have any other island region tips and tricks, then leave them for us in the comments down below. And I highly suggest you checking out my everything you need to know about Last Earth survival video, or click here on the second card and you'll go to a recommended video just for you. Or hop over to my channel, go to playlist, and there will find a lot of other games that I've played here on the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, definitely make sure to drop the subscribe button, and see you in the next one.